evening. Welcome. Welcome to my lair. Okay, instead of lair, let's call it headquarters. Welcome to my headquarters. Trisha and Landon Regali, coming at you from the great state of Washington here in Linwood. Um, so, sweet little update. One of the things that I find, I feel that it keeps one of the components I feel helps me feel safe. First off, I always choose to feel safe, but it's not a concept that I just take lightly. But when it comes to your the opposition, one of the things that I feel safe about being proactive is my counter surveillance, And then so, if you can see the template, call it out. That's how you catch a whore. Oh, a Liberty squatting whore, But what's happening here today? Today, at the time of this recording, it is Saturday, October 21st, 2023. There's an unsettling tension in the air. I can feel it in the library. I can feel it here in the parking lot. And so how that translates to me is that I'm like waiting for these karmics, these clowns, to come clown me. So I can feel that in the air, motherfucker. I can feel it. And then sometimes I can smell the evil when I'm in there. I shit you not. To me, evil, the lower vibratory frequency actually comes across as a smell of rat shit. And if you'd ever smelled rat shit, when they actually excrete a whole like mouse they ate, it's the weirdest thing. To me, it smells like feminine hygiene that is unkept on a menstrual cycle. That's what rat feces smell like to me. And then whenever I smell that, that's like downright evil, And then I just figure out whose repugnance is it that I can smell in there, because that's in the spirit. That's in the spirit. I can smell them. And then sometimes they come across as toast. I know, right? I don't understand toast, but toast, that comes up. Literally toast. Smell like toast. And then I'm like, why toast? What does that mean? I'm like, oh, it's so literal. Because these bitches are toast and they're here. Take a look around. And how I first survived my first ordeal of gang stalking back in the 90s, whenever I was like 20, ballpark, about 24. I would watch nature, and then the birds would let me know, the crows would let me know, and then just, you begin to be a lot more hyper vigilant about what's happening in your environment, because when it's a spiritual battle, I had nothing but prayers to help me out with. So it behooves me to open myself up to the environment. So, but I'll talk more about that later, because that first go round was very spirit involved. Very spirit involved. And so this go around, one of the newest smells that whenever I know there's ops in the area, and now, because later on, it's like spirits like, here, let me introduce this to you. Let me introduce that to you. A little bit at a time. And then so me smelling all these scents, this is new for me because I hadn't done this before. But although I've been open to being clear, whatever that clear is for the nose, the olfactory senses, that's your nose, but whatever clear that is notated with, because you've got clairaudient, clairsentient, and all that. I don't know what the one for the scent is, but here's another one. fucking some of this evil smells like rusty crustaceans. Crustaceans. Smell like my poor child's hermit. No, it said we had like these hermit crabs. I accidentally killed them. I thought I was giving them vitamins. I was giving them my eye drops. It's the same fucking bottle. It looks just the same. I don't know how Anyways, I killed them, okay? I still feel bad about that. But that smell, that's what some of this evil smells like. I was like, who's got that? Then I realized, oh, that's like spirit, giving the heads up. Oh my God. And so, yeah, at any rate, I just now I'm going to learn whatever assignment each of the smells go to. And then so, yeah, man, I had a friend that I worked with, she could smell death. Knew it when it was coming or if it was near, whatever. She was pretty good at that. But then come to find out, there is, I think, maybe a kind of chemical smell that probably is emitted upon, death coming up. So I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it. However, today, I could feel the tension in the air, okay? I'm just all like, what's going on today? Didn't think they were going to send any corrupt police departments because that issue, yeah, my truck is still here, is being worked out. They're helping me problem solve it, so that's in the works. So I'm like, I didn't think it was going to be a police department. So I'm all like, so what then? And then because this is how I survive. I'm like, oh my God, I can read the energy in the air. And now that this is coming on this part of my life is wrapping up, it's like God's unleashing my dormant psychic abilities that are there that I don't realize is there, So I'm still kind of like lightening up the grid. But I was like, okay, so if if I don't have to worry about the corrupt popo, then what else would they do? Because they're pretty good with some of the things that they do to lure you in is like diabolic. So the guy that I told you guys about with the fentanyl that I ministered to, I was like, all right, what they're going to do is trying to assign his character to my character to defame me somehow. So I put a stop to that, and I'm not even going to entertain him at all. Like, talk to him, whatever, not even minister to him, because he came back to the truck. And I was like, no, leave me alone. And then then I figured out what they're doing this time. So, but basically, this morning when I woke up, there was somebody outside and they were asking a question and I was like, what? And so I was going to step out, but I recorded him with my GoPro, but he just stood out there, and was taking a picture of me in my truck. And then, so that's right. He was asking, he came up earlier. He came up and said he was looking for somebody. And I looked out the window. He was antagonizing me by taking a picture, of my truck. I'm like, okay, Citizen Corps, Infracard, you were doing your national terrorist, gang stalking organization bullshit. All right, get in line. I mean, that says more about you than it does me, but whatever. And then so whenever they left, enter the stage, this other guy shows up in this like SUV, anyways. It was black, and then it had an extension of a bike on the back of it, but it was like blaring music right down the way. So and then I figured, obviously it was like they're trying to troll me out of my out of my pod and talk to somebody, and so they tried to use what is it, I think EDM, and I love EDM. I'm like, yes, but I'm like, that was a trap. Not gonna walk into your little trap. Hello. And then so I went inside the library. While I was inside the library, I get a phone call. And then it was some guy, and they said that they got my phone number from my truck. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But he was the ops, you know? But I gave him a go, and he had so many tails all over the floor, whatever. But basically, he said that he had yogurt, and he was at the truck. He had yogurt. First off, I can clock anybody that comes talk to me. And just because I don't call you out doesn't mean I don't know. I get curious sometimes, you know, and then I'm always I try not to jump the gun. So I will give an official opportunity to somebody before I automatically shut them out of my mind, right? And then but the fact that he said he had yogurt, man, I'm telling you, that was a good idea. Because if I wanted to meet someone and there was this phone number on their truck, I would be like, I got some ice cream. You want to come talk? And the blunt. How about that? But I'm like, that was a good idea. But anybody who offers food to a targeted individual, that targeted individual, and not the smartest thing to do is to take the fucking food. Even when it's a ministry, a homeless ministry. Still, don't take the food if you're a targeted individual. Hashtag true story. Yeah. And then so in that conversation, he said he had yogurt. And then he said he spoke to me as if he was familiar to me. There you go. There's a tell. That's free of charge to the ops. I'm giving you some of my secret sauce. But whatever. And then the fact that he spoke familiar to me, I'm just all like, I don't know what the fuck this is. So that was a dead ringer for the ops. Okay. And then what tipped the basket was that he mentioned his car, that I guess being parked close to mine, like as if I knew him, as if I was familiar with this fuck. Honey, I don't know you from Joe. But if I had to, you know, me being my own little investigator here, I'm my own Nancy Drew. He was the guy with the fucking blaring music that they were trying to penetrate my bubble by having me, like a moth to a flame, go talk to somebody because, you know, I'm a pretty gregarious person, very sociable. And that would have been a good way to infiltrate my bubble. So I'm like, okay, that's what they're trying to do. Because what I see is that whenever the person was like, I'm looking for so-and-so, or are they there? I'm like, you're going to go look in my fucking truck for your friend. How does that make sense? It doesn't, because they're doing the cacophony. They're doing their psychotic street theater. I'm like, this is how I have to live. I'm like, you know, I stopped being insulted a long ass time ago. To me, it's like fucking hilarious. It's a goldmine for a psychologist. I mean, Sigmund Freud would be like, what the fuck? I'll be like, I know, come here, watch them. So while they're all punking me, thinking I'm stupid, I'm looking at them in fascination, for real. So I was curious to see where all this was going to go. I mean, sometimes I feel like playing. Sometimes I ain't got no time for it. Sometimes, you know, I just shut it out altogether. But today was just weird. And the tension was in the air. So that's how it played out. So yeah, I was willing to bet that whenever the energy where they're like, I'm looking for so-and-so, and then this guy, the wannabe party dude, tries to infiltrate my bubble by, you know, introducing yogurt and then having me be seen with somebody I just met, but then turn around and spin a different narrative, you know, because that's the cacophony of these psychos, man. They railroad me out of a career, out of a place, helped factory my family. Oh, and on top of that, I finally realized the leak that I had in my house is because they fucked with it. I say they, the gang stalkers, my ex, They destroyed that house. And was, anyways, I get railroaded into my position, and then these assholes become so fucking psychotic loony. They make fun of you for the position you're in, for the shit they did with all the throwing of the rocks and hiding of the hands. In what world does that make sense? But the crazier thing is that you got governors, you got political people in office that protect the goddamn cesspool. Because I just noticed there was a ballot box day today, and then I'm all like, dude, if you really want to know if your new councilman is worth the shit, get him on camera, be legit about it, and ask them, so what are your plans to abolish this gang stalking? What are your plans to dismantle and regarding Citizen Corps and FEMA? That's how you know you got a real fucking mover and shaker, and see which ones do not go, what? What's gang stalking? Explain that to me. I mean, how long do you think those political, whatever you want to call them, can beat that dead horse with a fucking stick of, we're gang stalking? What is that? When they got this fucking militia all over the goddamn place like fucking horse shit. I mean, all you gotta do is just look out your window and then wait like maybe 5 seconds. I mean, this guy, there we go. He's doing the dance at the whore, and actually he was stopped right behind the fucking sign. He's got the fucking whore's clothes. I mean, it's a steady mill. It's a steady fucking mill. It's a little militia, I'm telling you, people. And then that guy, Citizen Corps, Infraguard, is he one of the child molesters? Does he, make a program up for the kids? Get away with the special privileges? Oh, yeah, because that guy, he can have control over you and me and everybody and just throw anybody they want to the goddamn FEMA prison camps just 'cause they wanted to. And that's what we have on our shoulders right now, bitches. For reals. So, wrestling with everybody. Is gang stalking real? That's like fucking pre-K, y'all. Fucking pre-K. Because the true question is, alright, political interns, I got worth the shit? Because we got some heavy-hitting questions to ask that need addressing. So, if you guys are politically activated, I would do something about that. It's just when it comes to the political world, I'm inept. Because really, as I saw it, you had the puppeteers. That was the real political awareness. Everything else was just boring to me. But, so, yeah, my index of suspicion for reading the tension in the air today is that they're really trying really hard to lure me out of my pod, but so the guy to discredit me somehow. You know what? They tried it with the fentanyl dude, and now they're trying it again. So the guy with the blaring music and wannabe EDM, the yogurt, that was a no-go. I put that to a stop. I dodge and weave this shit all the time. Plus, I've been at this 25 years. And floppy as fuck. So I'm all like, okay. Okay, and then, so, when I pulled out my phone, I was going to record that guy, right? With the truck, the SUV. He takes off, because these people, they can see what's on my phone anytime. I'm hacked 9 ways from Sunday. I know they can. They've actually talked to me like that before. And that's part of the cacophony they run with the gaslighting, is that your unseasoned, targeted individuals, if they don't know the technology is out there, fuck's pretty good. First time, I was like, don't tell me there's technology like that out there. And that's where I was like, yeah, so whatever is on your fucking phone, real time, these people can see that, hear it, and then communicate to you as if they were not on your fucking phone in like fucking screen mirror. I mean, hello? That's so like 101. So what I do, I'll tell y'all later. But so anytime I go to pull out to do a live, these people know when to fucking leave. So he leaves. I'm like, okay. And then, because I'm like, it's if you know their template, you can see it coming before it's there. So that guy leaves, and then I'm like, okay, who's next? Because when one leaves, another one enters the stage. And then so then they got this other girl fucking walk around my fucking, this little area of my truck, looking at her phone like she's really lost, and then looks over like in my general direction, because, look. That's the front seat. Here's where I am. So, I feel like, number one, make no mistake, people, I'm being trafficked. I'm your fucking Truman, okay? So, I'm like this unicorn in the cage everywhere I go. You can't see the cage, but it's there. I swear it's there. And these people pull all the strings by fucking with the ability for my mail to get with me, fucking my ability for me to actually see what's in my real email, fucking my ability for anybody to call me. I have been usurped from the world. That's how bad this is. When I say it's bad, it's pretty fucking bad. When I say it's demonic, it's motherfucking demonic. But, to me, it's just all fact. And I know I'm serving a great purpose by calling it out. But anyways, back to that guy. So he leaves, and then this girl enters, right? Right. I don't know how many. She must have gone around like 4 times in like 10 minutes. That's a really. So I'm like, okay. Then the next line of treachery, these treason-ass bastards deploy to, infiltrate my bubble so they can somehow discredit my character with their cacophony of the staged motherfucking psychotic street theater I can see coming 10 miles away. These Karmics, they never fucking give up. And then so, whenever I pull out my phone and start this live recording, she somehow just disappears. Imagine that. So, but when it comes to your counter surveillance, it's a good thing to call it out first. Because if you can call it out, that's a measure of weaponry. It's a measure of armor. Makes it a lot less happenstance. There we go. So now I know that these stupid fucking Karmics are trying to come up with their scripted narratives to discredit me somehow. So whatever. That's another reason why I document it, because that's me protecting myself. But it's a counter surveillance that really makes me feel safe, because it's a mental mind fuck's what it is. But when you cannot be gaslighted, it makes it kind of harder for them. So the one day that I was saying she made me 4'11", the woman that tried to penetrate my bubble, motherfucker. It was like I knew she was gonna. Before I even saw the woman, I knew shit was up, right? And then so whenever she presented herself, I'm all like, okay, here we go. And so I knew that she was there for nefarious purposes, right? And then so she finally leaves when I'm like, just please leave, just leave. She didn't come there to like help provide solutions. She came there to get her grift on, because she was a goddamn government grubber. And then later on, I placed the pieces together because I surf the tarot readers, right? I have my little system, my own algorithm, and then how can you say, I plug into the ones that validate what I already know. But it's been kind of weird learning the ethers and learning that I am a psychic because I didn't know. If you ask me, it's just all logistics. I don't like his logistics. Then it is anything psychic, but I have to say, there's a sense of psychic awareness, sure. But so later on that night, when I realized that woman, oh my god, she's like this witch, right? Right? And well, she's been abusing her power, and that's who that woman was. I'm like, man, spirit's been crazy. I mean, it's been crazy because utilizing the ethers to help me leverage what I'm learning and seeing and knowing so I can navigate accordingly has been a wild, crazy, trippy sci-fi kind of ride, you know. But I'm not the only one that's on it because there's others who's been following my story, probably learning about the ethers along the same time in their lives. I see what God's doing here. He's teaching everybody how valid the tarot is. Not just tarot, per se. It's an adjunct, sure, because it's been demonized. I demonized it, too, at one time. But just showing us, teaching us, I think, a sense of balance when it comes to our 5D extension of who we are, you know? So, but been learning a lot about the ethers. So what I found out from the ethers, that woman, she actually sought out divine ones to actually cultivate the powers that she used in her satanic practices. And then so while I got a biography from her from the ethers, so she that woman actually tried to fuck with me twice. I have both times on video, and so but with her one of the things that happens whenever a witch or warlock comes after me, courtesy of my bloodline, and I praise God for that, because I didn't know, but I had to ascend for it to actually work out this way. So if I hadn't ascended, probably would have worked. Who knows? I don't know. Still learning. Anyways, these witches and warlocks that exist, that, you know, we learn about them, you know, like grim fairy tales, sure, but how many of you really attributed any powers to them? Not me. I'm all like, well, that's a fallacy. Oh boy, that's a fallacy. So what happens is that whenever they come after me now, everything instantly rebounds to them. So it's kind of like whatever heart you come after me with, it'll rebound to you. So death magic, black magic, ill-intended magic, that's how God is calling them from our earth. I'm sure there's more than one adjunct, but the ethers put it about 1,300 witches that are basically transitioning out because of their magic, because of their intentions. So, and you know what I thought was pretty weird with that number is that that was I didn't know if it was 1,300 or 1,600, but I defaulted to 1,300 of the concentration camp officers that ran the bitches. That's who Project Paperclip gave a free pass into the United States, with Dr. Joseph Mengele being probably the star pupil in there. You know, Hail Hitler and all. That's what you guys are doing. You guys are sucking Hitler's dick in the spirit. You know, gang stalkers and everything, but whatever. So, it was just counter surveillance, you know? But to me, it's just logistics and just common sense. So when I could see the puzzle pieces play out, and if I can call them out, I feel as though that keeps me safe. So if they try to stage street theater cacophony, at least I have some type of evidence, you know, to be like, bitches, how long are y'all gonna keep masturbating each other into complacency by pretending the shit's not happening and believing all of that? I mean, that's a Satanist for you. They're liars. They're deceivers and cheats. They ain't got no fucking integrity. They ain't got no shit to do with morality, let alone moral aptitude. And that's your cesspool, America. That's your Infracore, Infraguard and Citizen Corps and FEMA criminals. And I bet they're just chomping at the bit with the big old stiffy, waiting for everything to turn to martial law. For reals. So, good day, everybody. It's a lot worse than we actually thought. Yeah, buddy, it's a lot worse than we actually thought. But meanwhile, I'm looking at these Karmics back in Karmicville. Alright, so I discounted the dude with the fucking wannabe EDM music, Yogurt Man. I discounted the woman walking around with the fucking phone. Who else you gonna send at me? What next? It's usually something. So we'll see, and then I'll get the trolls in the comments like, but darling, they were completely nice to you. And I'm like, whoa, maybe they're right. I should be a little less suspicious. Oh yeah, and I got a text earlier from somebody that said, how are you? I'm like, no preamble. How are you? I'm like, oh. And then the cabin fever inside of me is like, talk to somebody. Talk to them. You can talk to them, right? I'm like, I guess I could talk to them. But what if I say too much? What if there are dogs? So I decided to have fun. So I responded. I was sleepy, tired, and suspicious. But it's been a good day. And then I asked them, who in the heavens are you with the unannounced presence? Well, they never said anything since then. I'd imagine it's probably that guy with the fucking yogurt and that wannabe EDM matchbox thought he can just fucking throw on the tunes and I come running over there to talk to be his best friend. Really? I'm like, you act like you don't have any psychologists to consult on your fucking board of directors. That's what they do. They consult like people to get in their head and how to work over a targeted individual. They have a whole fucking diabolical cookbook practice and how to destroy an individual's sense of hope. One of the things they were trying to do to me is get me to denounce my God. So the harder they came at me, isolated me and everything. That's what they were trying to do. Not only were they trying to crack my egg, because that wasn't good enough. They were trying to get me to denounce my faith, my religion, my everything. I'm like, really? I already had like 3 ego deaths. You can't really crack what's already been cracked. God did it. And then he put me back together in amazing pieces in ways I could never be cracked again. So that's why it don't work. You're there too late, bitches. I've already been worked over. And guess what? I'm not different than any of you, so fuck you. I still get high. With the cannabis. But I loathe alcoholism. I don't ever want to get linked up with any alcoholic. Again. That's what I said the first time. Because my daddy's an alcoholic. Then I was like, I'm never marrying one. And then guess what? Married another one. But he was a happy drunk. You know? That's the problem. They don't stay happy. They stay drunk. They don't stay happy. But I'm in balance, you know? I have no qualms admitting that I love my Mary Jane. Why would I want to? Because heroes come in all shapes and sizes. Angels come in all shapes and sizes. We're human. As far as it is, I'm just human. For real. There happens to be an earth angel, but whatever. The human part's more real than the earth angel. But the part with all of these warlocks and witches dying off. That's yours truly. That's the Earth Angel part. And the fact that none of these bastards can kill me seals the deal. Chosen one. And I'm like, well, why? That doesn't seem fair. Why is that? And I'm like, oh, I get it now. Well, when you have a mission to do, you're going to do the motherfucking mission. No matter what the ops thinks it can do. And so, you have the anointing to get it done. That's why. If you fuck with the chosen one, you wanna that's the worst thing anybody can do. Apparently. So I didn't know that. But yes, thank you to my illustrious bloodline that I'm still learning, that's still very much a mystery, has actually helped to eradicate off the face of the earth 1,300 death black magic practitioners. You're welcome. Well, my ancestors, thank you. They're the ones who gave me the DNA and all, whatever. My point being is that I'm human before I am anything else. Anything else, I'm still learning. But, yeah, I like my weed. I love my weed. I'm like, it's like don't send flowers. Either send dildos or blunts. But really, I'm just lonely today. Thank you guys for watching, stopping by, to listen. I appreciate that. I know I get all over the place, but, if I don't really speak what's in my heart, it won't get done. All of my nice equipment went away. But yeah, while I'm in the trenches, I'm gonna make the most of it, because I feel like it feels weird. It's like there's this whole war going on, behind the scenes. When you walk out there, it's like, we don't know nothing. I'm like, I don't know a goddamn thing either. And then you get behind your keyboard and everything. Yeah, it's when it starts to get real again. It's weird. It's the weirdest war, but yeah. But while I'm in the trenches, it's my postcard. So I'm going to take pictures of it, because I hope to never visit it ever again. And to only look back on it with fondness. I'm like, oh, that was my chrysalis. And then I became a butterfly. So, while I'm in the tour of the chrysalis, document some more. Because one of the things I came across, that I realized, it was so obvious. I'm like, okay, first of all, these bitches, one of their ABC fundamental things they like to do to the targets is to run the bathroom game on them. They'll plug up a bathroom. It's one of they get to know your fucking routine. Living out of my truck. Yeah, they got to know my routine. And those bitches will fucking block the bathrooms. And if that's not the bad part of it, there's technology out there that can make it look like you have some neurogenic bladder incontinence problem. Bitch. When I first encountered that weaponry, I'm like, I know this isn't me. Yeah, they're ruthless out here. So I'm like, I really need to do a video on how to live out your truck and circumvent that. Because I have a lot of tips, but I'll talk about that another time. Anyways, again, thank you so much for coming by. Thank you for listening. I love you guys. I haven't built up enough thick skin to really read the comments yet. They scare me. It's not that they scare me. I don't want to cry. I know they're bullies and everything, but I still cry every once in a while. And that last time, a few of them got past my goalie, I cried that day. But anyways, thank you everybody for listening. I'll be back. Thank you.